Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our discussion about Prabhupada is commenting on this verses. Prabhupada has something interesting to share. So discussed text number 5 yesterday. The mace fell to the ground and a cry of alarm rose from the witnessing crowd of gods, rishis. The personality of God acknowledged the demon and therefore invoked his Sudarshan disc as the disc began to revolve in the Lord's hand. The Lord contended at close quarters with the chief of his Vaikuntha attendants, who had been born as Hiranyaksha, a veiled son of the. There issued for every direction, strength, expression uttered by those who were witnessing from aeroplanes. They strange expressions, and they have no knowledge of Lord's reality. They cried, "May victory attain you." As they speak. So they are concerned because because of fear, they are not able to see Lord's strength. That is also another thing. So they are so much concerned about themselves. When Devaki, she told Lord when he appeared as a four-handed form in the prison, she said, "Oh, become small. I will hide you somewhere so that Kamsa could not harm you." There also she is afraid. Here also Devatas are afraid. But there Devaki is afraid because it is going to hurt Krishna. So she is out of love for Krishna. She wanted to hide. She is afraid. But here Devatas, they are afraid because of themselves. Like when Aghasur passed time also, Aghasur appeared. The Devatas were hiding because they thought if in case Krishna get defeated, Aghasur is victorious, then Aghasur he will take revenge on us. He will see who all came and there was some fight. Because there is a desire to enjoy in this world. They are all devotees, but they are mixed devotees. There is selfishness so much. Most of the time, people they are self-conscious. Even after coming to devotional service, also we think about ourselves more. But we have to slowly change this. We have to start, which is the most important thing to cultivate. I think Lord's pleasure, Lord's activities. Otherwise, our time goes in waking up early morning, thinking about our health, what I should eat, how I should earn, how to maintain the family, what all future plans I should make, how to save money. Whole time goes in selfishness only. There is no question of it looks like, oh, I chant my 16 rounds, I am doing my things. I attended class also. But still it is there is selfishness only in that. How much we are doing exclusively for the pleasure of Krishna. Is there a desire to please Krishna in my activity, or it's just a routine I have to do? Then it does not make much difference. Of course, it has some. But the point is that is still selfishness. There is always a what I will going, what am I going to get? Still that is there. We have to reach, we have to cross a big distance. If we are still thinking about ourselves, oh, what will happen to me? What I'll get? We don't want anything. If you think of what I am getting, still we are long way to go. This is the point. Here also demigods, they are thinking about themselves. That's why they are demigods. They are not devotees, that pure devotees. Pure devotees, no way, not for me. And when the demon saw the personality of God, who had eyes just like lotus splitters, standing in a position before him, armed with his Sudarshan disc, his senses were overpowered by indignation. He began to hiss like a serpent, and he bit his lips in great resentment. And they are absorbed in the service. Hiranyaksha, he took is really serious about his business. Said, I am going to finish the Lord at any cost. He's not taking a chance. The demon who had fearful thus stared at the personality of Godhead as though to burn him, springing into the air. He aimed his mace at the Lord, exclaiming at the same time, "You are slain." I really work very hard to give a good comeback to them. Their absorption is very high. That's why they are killed by the Lord. Even to get killed by the Lord, there need to be some intensity, some absorption. Lord will not come to kill the so-called local demons of Kali Yuga now. He will not come to kill. There are so many demons now. And Lord does not come. He is not bothered. If you want to be killed, it should have some. That's why Kalinemi, he prays to Brahma. Let me be killed by Vishnu. I was killed by many demons previous lifetimes. This time, Lord, we should kill. Brahma said, little difficult, but no problem. He is born as Kamsa. So it's a privilege to be killed in the hands of Lord. But for that, they need to work really hard. They have to really do some very great mischief. They should overpower all the demigods. Then only you will get the qualification to be killed by the Lord. You have to reach to that stage where you are overpowering all the demigods. That means even demigods, they are very powerful. All the things, whatever we are having, they are all controlled by demigods. The rain, when to come, what to come, the ability I am speaking, ability to see, ears, all the senses are controlled by the demigods. And one need to be more powerful. O saintly Vidra, while his enemy looked on, the Lord, in his boar form, the enjoyer of all sacrificial offerings, playfully knocked down the mace with his left foot, even as it came upon him with the force of a tempest. Huge mace, very fast. Lord said, okay, just kick it. Or we show the, no, we had, there is in the Kshatriyas, they try to show that, okay, it didn't affect me. When they are beaten very heavily with the mace and the body is bleeding, but they don't want to accept defeat. They want to show, I am like, here, Lord, also, okay, you did to me, I did to you. The Lord said, take up your weapon and try again. Eager as you are to conquer me, challenging this word, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loudly roared. So, this is because all the details can be given. Very long battle, many things happened. Very incidents will be recorded. Just the battle of Varahadev and Hiranyaksha will go only one full canto. Their details will be so much because they are really fighting. But just small indications, like say somebody said you will just even meditate on this. Just these two chapters you will read. How he's fighting, how is he fighting? His form, his prayers, these few chapters you will just meditate. And slowly, whole pastime will be revealed to them. They can just sit and meditate on the pastime where Varahadev is killing Hiranyaksha. That's how Lord is revealing because these are eternal pastime. They're always happening. We just wanted to experience, then we'll not be interested in any of these action movies because we are not able to experience that emotions and what is happening. So we just there will be some taste for these things. And when the Lord saw the mace flying towards him, he stood firmly where he was and caught it with his same as his Garuda, the king of birds would seize a serpent. And okay, just and his valor thus frustrated, the great demon felt humiliated and was put out of countenance. He was error said, now take it back. We can try it again. Action said, now can I take it? It's like an insult. So, and then he now took a trident, which was as uh, rapacious as a flaming fire and hurled it against the Lord, the enjoyer of all sacrifices, even as one would use penance for a marvelous purpose against the holy Brahmana. So this is what happens is a Kshatriya and Brahmana, no? The austerities, Brahmana can do austerity. Kshatriya can tolerate physical pain. Brahmana can tolerate mental pains. That is the difference. Like if a Kshatriya is told, okay, 6 months fasting and just to survive on some one morsel of grains. That type of austerity Brahmana can do. His mental austerities are his mind is very strong. Of course, Kshatriya's minds are strong, but Brahmana likes to do that austerities. Or a Kshatriya, he can bear physical pain, that type of austerities, like somebody is beating. Brahmana cannot tolerate. He'll say, okay, don't beat, whatever you want, I'll do. But a Kshatriya, you only beat, you kill also, he will not do whatever means he cannot do something. It is not possible for a Kshatriya. So you kill me. I am not going to. He said, bow down. He said, if a Kshatriya don't want, if it is against his spirit, he said, no, I cannot bow down. You kill me, I will not bow down. Brahmana is not like that. He cannot endure physical pain, but mental, he has great strength. That's why Brahmana is superior to Kshatriya. He has mental ability. He can perform austerities. Austerities, there will be some physical inconvenience, but that's not very painful. Like say we are fasting for Ekadasi. There is some physical inconvenience, but it is not like somebody is beating and all. So there are two different types of abilities. There is this tapasya is different, and so in this Karana question came is tolerating. Is Kshatriya physically is able to. Brahmana cannot bear something is biting or anything. He'll immediately resist. I said, okay. Physical pain, no. Kshatriyas because they practice also like that. For them, why Brahmana cannot do like say you have to practice mace fighting and this archery. You have to go through great physical pain also. Your fighting means body gives so much trouble and then they get beating and then they fight, then they grow their body more and more tough and tenacious. And Brahmana's body is not tough, he is very weak. He does not do like this. So there is a difference in the austerities and powers. Hurled by the mighty demon with all his strength, the flying trident shone brightly in the sky. The personality of God, however, tore it to pieces with his Sudarshan disc, which had a sharp edge rim, even as Indra cut off the wing of Garuda. Prabhupada is giving this explanation. The kind of reference given herein regarding Garuda and Indra is thus. This once upon a time, Garuda, the carrier of Lord, snatched away a nectar pot from the hands of demigods in heaven in order to liberate his mother, Vinata, from the clutches of his stepmother, Kadru, the mother of the serpents. On learning this, Indra, the king of heaven, hurled his thunderbolt against Garuda with a view to respect the infallibility of Indra's weapon. Garuda thought otherwise invincible, began the Lord's own mount, dropped one of his wings, which was shattered to pieces by the thunderbolt. The inhabitants of our planets are so sensible that even in the process of fighting, they observe the preliminary rules and regulations of gentleness. In this case, Garda wanted to show respect to Indra since he knew that Indra's weapon must destroy something. He offered his wing. Somebody say he offered just a feather. Not even a wing. One feather fell from Garuda's wings. Whatever, but the point here is very important. This is the Vedic culture. Respect. Even the demons also know their gurus to gain strength. They have to respect certain laws in the use to gain strength. That's why they go on through tapasya. They respect that. They know this is how it works. And that's why they gain strength. Even materially, we want to be successful. If somebody is regularly offering food to cows, he can change his karma. Also, if somebody is very terrible karma, simple thing, go and feed cows. So much change will come. And then you give charity to Brahmanas. You respect elders. Regularly touch the feet of parents and elders. Immediately there will be so much change because the consciousness changes. We become more conscious. We can experience pleasure in a subtle level, not a gross level, but subtle level. There is so much satisfaction and happiness. Following the rules. That is Vedic. Vedic culture is culture of respect. If you want to define Vedic culture in one word, you can say it's a culture of respect, which is not there nowadays. For teachers, for parents, for elders, for cows, for women, no respect. That's the whole society is going into big chaotic situation. People are very, very miserable. So complicated problems people have. They have money, but they have so much depression, suicidal tendencies, this, that. It's very complicated. All relationship problems, very, very complicated. Very few pious people who are pious, they are little better. Otherwise, and we can see, Yudhishthir Maharaj is so respectful. All any even though the demon they have the demonic mentality, but some areas they are very respectful. When they came to know the Indra insulted Brahaspati, demon said, yes, okay, come on, let's worship our Guru. And then they worship Shukracharya, they gain power. And when they came to conquer Indra, Indra could not even fight. He just ran away, seeing the effulgence of demons. They were so powerful. They know this is how it works. If you, that's why we do Guru Puja every day. We worship our Guru. Okay? We don't want material strength, but spiritual strength. At least worship him, offer flowers to him, offer arti to him, gain spiritual strength. That is a rule. Works like that only. There is no other. We may gain many here we can see Gujaratis, India, very pious people. They are very top business people in India. And if you see, they are the most pious people also. That's how it works. Dharma, then Artha. First you do Dharma, then you get Artha. You get the profit, you get money. And then Kama, then Moksha. But Dharma is connected. If you don't do Dharma and get Artha, only Kama and Moksha, then that is lead to destruction. But if you go properly, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, that's a proper position. Otherwise, it's dangerous. And it is what is happening to the society now. They want Artha and Kama, but no Dharma. Simple Dharma. It does not take much. It is just a state of mind. You just have to respect. There no need to give out so much. How much it takes to offer obeisances to parents? How much it takes to offer obeisances to Brahmanas? It does not take much. And so much money we spend for many things. If you want to enjoy leave, then pay it and take it. Na? And the payment is we have to feed cows. We have to give charity. Then only we can enjoy. Otherwise, we will not be able to enjoy also. Even I have 100 crore rupees also. I will not be able to enjoy if I don't have credits. Create credits to enjoy. Very important formula. My enjoyment is a payment. It's not free. I may have 100 crores, but if I don't have credits to enjoy, I may be suffering with terrible disease. I'll have this the money seeing in my just some sort of enjoyment in terms of I'll see the number in my account and that is the only happiness I can get. But I may not be able to enjoy even a one penny also because I don't have credits. Credits we have to earn. This is how. And even this is the formula in the Vedic culture. Even the demons know. They also know. But if they don't do, like Ravana tried to make a staircase to heaven, he did not succeed. No credits, not possible. He thought I will send everybody there. And Trishanku also, he also want to go to heaven. He didn't had credits. Vishwamitra says, okay, I'll give my credits. You take and take him. Demigod, they didn't agree. No. That was a different thing. He was given another place in between Trishanku. But the point is what is we have to earn for enjoy. Earning is Vedic culture is respect. Then it happens. Like here, many years back, 20 years back, for quite a long time. I think 2 years there were not proper rains in Hyderabad. Then all 2 lakh Muslims. There is the place where big lake is there. It's Hyderabad where water comes. Now it's part of Hyderabad. All the water for the city comes from there. 2 lakh Muslims went there, did prayers, namaz. Immediately next day rain came. That means what? They accepted. I said, okay, my Lord, surrender. Please help. Indra had to give. There is no option. He said, okay, these people are following rules. They just enjoy, but what they did, they just said, okay, acknowledge. My dear Lord, because of you, you are it. They don't know what is the Lord name details, but at least they acknowledged. They showed respect. Immediately rain came. That was proper also. There was his time there was no rain in Hyderabad. He went to the public gardens in Hyderabad. He did kirtan. Next day rain came. The formula is very simple. You want to enjoy, pay for it. That's all. So the demons was any questions, comments on this? Okay. Demons enraged when his trident was cut to pieces by the disc of personality of God. He therefore advanced towards the Lord and roaring aloud, struck his hard fist against the Lord's broad chest, which bore the mark of Srivatsa. Then he went out of sight. Srivatsa is a curl of white hair on the chest of the Lord, which is a special sign of his being supreme personality of God in Vaikuntha Loka or at Golokunda. The inhabitants of the are exactly of the same form as the personality of God, but by his Srivatsa mark on the chest of the Lord, is distinguished from all others. So he wanted to keep the Lord Lakshmi on his chest all the time, Lakshmi says. So this mark is actually Lakshmi Devi. That's when Bhrigu comes and kicks on the chest. Lakshmi gets offended. Array, he's kicking on me. She said, I am not going to stay here anymore because it's an offense, not for her, for the Supreme Lord. So this fellow kicked and I had to see this offense. I'll go on to austerities. She lives. And this is the proof, this is for Lord's uniqueness. Hit in this manner by the demon, Vidra, the Lord, who had appeared as the first or did not feel the least quacking in any part of his body any more than an elephant would when stuck with a bag of flowers. Proper rights. As previously explained, the demon was originally a servitor of the Lord in Vaikuntha, but somehow or other he fell as a demon. His fight with the Supreme Lord was meant for his liberation. The Lord enjoyed the striking of his transcendental body just like a fully grown up father fighting with his child. Sometimes a father takes pleasure in having a mock fight with his child, small child, and similarly the Lord felt Hiranyaksha striking on his body to be like flowers offered for worship. In other words, the Lord desired to fight in order to enjoy his transcendental bliss. Therefore, he enjoyed the attack. Even that is also a pleasure for the Lord to getting beatings. Like sometimes small child, no, just 3 4 year child is having fight with the father, and the child beats up the father and he's wrestling and other things. And father also gets pleasure, even though he's kicking. But father says, okay, let us fight. And that's actually what is happening. It's a transcendental exchange. The demon, however, employed many conjuring tricks against the personality of God, who is the Lord of Yoga Maya. He is disappearing, he's appearing, coming here, there, and so many things he did. At the sight of this, the people were filled with alarm and thought that the dissolution of the universe was near. Might have created some oceans, waters, whatever things. The fighting enjoyed with the Supreme Lord with his devotee, who had been converted into a demon, appeared severe enough to bring about the dissolution of the universe. This is the greatness of Supreme Personality of God. Even the wavering of his little finger appeared to be a great and very dangerous movement in the eyes of the inhabitants of the universe. That means to that extent they fought. It's not some simple battle. Demigods are afraid. If there is some battle, like some wrestling is happening in the stadiums, we have Olympic Games, some wrestling. People are fighting and somebody is afraid. It's not like that. They were fighting in such a way that it looks like universe is going to be destroyed. That's why that is also the reason demigods are afraid. It's too heavy fight is going on. Now there is a war that is happening between two countries, Ukraine, Russia, and Israel and Hamas. But we are not afraid of it because it is on a local level. If there is a war that is happening between, say, Russia and America or China and America, then whole world will be afraid. They know it's going to destroy everything. That is what is happening here. So they are really afraid that it is going to destroy the universe. It's a too huge fight. That is also causing them alarm. Fierce wind began to blow from all directions, spreading darkness, cushioned by the dust and hailstorms. Stones came in volley from every corner as if thrown by machine guns. This is all things that are happening because of the tricks of Hiranyaksha. Is really powerful. And the luminaries in outer space disappeared due to the skies being overcast with masses of clouds, which are accompanied by lightning and thunder. The sky rained pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, and bones. Yeah. This still it is difficult to comprehend how such type of tricks possible. For us, it is not easy. But one thing we can know previously, like there was, we also create acid rain. We we pollute the environment so much that acid rain comes. But here it's much more dangerous. You are getting pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, bones. We cannot even imagine also how dangerous it will be. Such type of. Sometime here heavy rain comes, a hailstorm comes, stones, ice cubes, and that's all. I assume that, but other things we cannot imagine. But that also it hits so badly. So here we'll see. Sinless Vidra, mountains discharged weapons of various kinds, and naked demonesses armed with tridents appeared with their hair loosened, hanging loose. So this is also his means it's very they try to affect emotionally, psychologically also. It happened in Dhruv Maharaj. He was also he was fighting with Akshas. They also do all these tricks. And then Dhruva is also bewildered. And the sages come and say, "Oh, Dhruva, you're devotee of Supreme Lord. Remember him." As soon as Dhruva remembered, that illusion is destroyed. Of course, by remembering Lord, illusion is destroyed, and you're trying to give illusion to the Lord, how much it will affect him. But the devotees are afraid because it's so much that is happening there. And very big action fight. And this is regularly happens and they discuss and like Vatra Surindra fight, Varahadeva and Hiranyaksha's fight, and Hiranyakashipu is going to fight with Narsingadev. They're really big events that happen in the universe. Lord comes Rama and Lord Rama and Ravana's fight is also very famous. All the demigods come and watch it. It's not some Hollywood action, what is a special effect. It's actually happening real. And really heads are cut, really bodies are cut. Nowadays, the war, what happens is people they shoot and they throw some bombs randomly here, there, and try to kill. But this is not like bombs and blasting. You have you are literally cutting the enemy, and this is very uh, dangerous. Demons, now, they are least bothered about what is happening on earth now. They don't even come in Kali Yuga time to earth because there is no prosperity. When the demons come here, this now the demons are there, they're small demons. The main demons don't even come, they don't even consider. It's like going to some slum area for getting some big charity. They don't expect much because Kali Yuga, everything goes down. Again, people starts performing austerities, they gain strength, their prosperity. Then the demons say, wow, something is there which is going to So here, the same thing. We don't see demons. People say, "Oh, where are these big rakshasas?" They don't even consider no earth. It is a useless place. Demigods anyway don't come. Demons also don't come. But again, if very pious ruler they come and they fight. Like in Dwapara Yuga, that's why Lord Rama time, big Rakshasas, Asuras. And then little bit less, comparatively less in Dwapara Yuga and Pandavas time. There are no big, because and they are very powerful. Now they are there, but they are in other lokas. They are waiting and they are enjoying there. So cruel and savage slogans were uttered with a host of ruffian Rakshasas, who all marched on foot or rode on horses or chariots. Not alone, so many people are coming. One person is sufficient to kill thousands of people here. So the Lord, the personal enjoyer of all sacrifices, now discharged his beloved Sudarshan Chakra, which was capable of dispersing the magical forces displayed by the demon. Let's see what Prabhupada writes in the purport. Even famous yogis, the demons, can sometimes enact very magical feats by their mystic power. This is very important. This mystic power, demons also do. So nowadays the gurus, if you do little bit here, there, some mystic thing, you become God only in Kali Yuga. If they can create some ashes, if they are, one very famous uh, is a election commissioner of it. That means they are IAS officers, the most intelligent class of the society. And when he was talking about the guru, he said, I went to this guru. He's an IAS officer. He's an election commissioner. Ex. I went to this guru and he produced some ashes from his hand from nowhere. I understood he is God. He said, Array, this is done by demons also. Even they can enact very magical feats by their mystic power. But in the presence of Sudarshan, when it is let loose by the Lord, all such mystical jugglery is dispersed. The instance of the quarrel between Durvas Muni and Ambrish Maharaj is a practical example of this in this matter. Durvas wanted to display many magical wonders, but when the Sudarshan Chakra appeared, Durvasa himself was afraid and fled to various planets for his personal protection. This is actually the point. They are creating so many tricks, but for them also Sudarshan Chakra comes. What? Sudarshan Chakra is time only, Kala. Finish. No more Guru, no more God. You have to you have to just bow down, finish. You have to lie down flat on the ground. They become famous, but if honest person is like PC Sarkar, even one guru was doing like this. PC Sarkar is a famous magician, you know. He went to such one guru, and then he said, "Okay, let us." The guru brought up a golden chain. PC Sarkar also bought a golden chain. He created something. He also created. And PC Sarkar said, Array, you are also doing, I am also doing. Unnecessarily, you are cheating people saying that you are God. I can also do all the techniques. But I am using it as a giving entertainment for people. I am not trying to become God. Here you are unnecessarily cheating. Because these tricks are something, if you know, if we are like, if we can tap the subtle energies of this creation, then all these things are very much possible. And the Lord is described here as Kripa, which means that he is the enjoyer of three kinds of sacrifice. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord confirms that he is the beneficiary and enjoyer of all sacrifices, penance, and austerities. The Lord is enjoyer of three kinds of yajnas, as further described in Bhagavad Gita. These are sacrifices of goods, sacrifice of meditation, and sacrifice of philosophical speculation. Those on the path of jnana and yoga and karma all have to come in the end to the Supreme Lord because Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Supreme Lord is the ultimate enjoyer of everything. That is the perfection of all sacrifices. So, at that very moment, Sadar suddenly ran through a heart of Diti. the mother of Hiranyaksha. She recalled the words of her husband Kashyapa, and blood flowed from her breast. These are all inauspicious signs. Riti could see that she must be quite really attached to her sons, even though they're demons. That is uh, that is a speciality of mother. Lord has given that because the body comes directly from mother's body, so they identify so strongly. This is mine only, and because of which they get that affection. And she is the only person who can selflessly love whole life. There can be nobody like that in this world. Like she, she can love and not possible for anyone. Like say, only person who can think of us wherever we are in the world, we know there is one person who will definitely think of that is no nobody will think about us. They will think if you have taken loan from them. They will think about us when this fellow will give loan. Or if they want any favor or anything. Otherwise, that amount of feeling nobody has. The Lord has given this special mercy to all living entities. He gave mother. At Hiranyaksha's last moment, his mother, Diti, remembered when her husband had said, although her sons would be demons, they would have the advantage of being killed by the personality of God himself. She remembered this incident by the grace of the Lord, and her breast flowed blood instead of milk. In many instances, we find that when a mother is moved by affection for her sons, milk flows from her breast. In the case of Demon's mother, the blood could not transform into milk, but it flowed down her breast as it was. Blood transforms into milk. To drink milk is auspicious, but to drink blood is inauspicious. Although they are one and the same, this formula is applied in case of cow's milk also. Instead of drinking cow's milk, people drink cow's milk. That's what Prabhupada is telling. The point here is that the love that is there, that is the blessings of the Lord. He has given because that helps the living entity to progress. When the demon saw his magic, he was came into the presence of the personality of God because he disappeared and he did not. Persecution, full of rage, tried to embrace him with his arms to crush him, but by his great amazement, he found the Lord standing outside the circle of his arm. So now Lord started doing his tricks. He went to catch him and Lord disappeared. In this verse, the Lord is addressed as Keshava because he killed the demon Keshi in the beginning of creation. Keshava is also the name of Krishna. Krishna is the origin of all incarnations, and it is confirmed in Brahma Samhita that Govinda, the personality of God, the cause of all causes, exists simultaneously in his different incarnations and expansions. The demons attempt to measure uh, the demons attempt to measure the supreme personality of God is significant. The demon want to embrace him with his arms, thinking that with his limited arms he could capture the absolute by material powers. He did not know that the God is the greatest of the great and the smallest of the small. No one can capture the Supreme Lord or bring him under his control. But the demonic persons always attempt to measure the length and breadth of the Supreme Lord. By his inconceivable potency, the Lord can become the universal form as explained in Bhagavad Gita, and at the same time, he can remain within the box of his devotee as a worshipable deity. So he can be in your altar in a small form, captured by devotees, and he can be unlimited like Virat Rupa. The demons they cannot even understand. Like even Duryodhana also tried to capture. Lord showed universal form. He said, "How can you tie this?" There are many devotees who keep a statue of the Lord in a small box and carry it with them everywhere. Every morning they worship the Lord in the box. The Supreme Lord Keshava, the personality of God, Krishna is not bound by any measurement of or calculation. He can remain with his devotee in any subtle form, yet he is unapproachable by any amount of demonic activities. The demon now began to strike the Lord with his fists, but the Lord Adakshaja slapped him in the root of his ears, even as Indra, the Lord of Maruts, hit the demon Vritra. The Lord is explained here to be Adokshaja, beyond the reach of all material calculation. Akshaja means the measurement of our senses. Adokshaja means that which is beyond the incarnation of sense, is the measurement of senses. So, Lord is the stuck of this thus indifferently by the Lord, the conqueror of all the demons began. Bodies began to wheel, his eyebrows buckled out of his sockets, his arm and legs broke, and his hair on his head scattered. He fell down dead like a gigantic tree uprooted by the wind. Varahadev Bhagavan ki jai. It does not take even a moment for the Lord to kill any powerful demon, including Hiranyaksha. The Lord could have killed him long before, but he allowed the demon to display his full extent of his magical feats. One may know that by magical feats, by scientific advancement of knowledge, or by material powers, one cannot become the equal of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One is servant, destroy all our attempts. His inconceivable power, as displayed here, is so strong that the demon, despite all his demonic maneuvers, was killed by the Lord when the Lord desired, simply by one slap. Just one slap was sufficient. Aja, Brahma, the other, arrived on the spot to see the fearful tusked demon lying on the ground, bitten by biting his lips. The glow of his face was yet unfaded. And Brahma, admiring, said, "Oh, who could meet such blessed death?" Skilled by the Supreme Lord. Although the demon was dead, his body lustres unfaded. This is a very peculiar because when a man or animal is dead, the body immediately becomes pale. The luster gradually fades and decomposition takes place. But here, although Hiranyaksha lay dead, his body lusters unfaded because the Lord, the Supreme Spirit, was touching his body. One's body luster remains fresh only as long as the spirit soul is present. Although the demon soul was departed his body, the Supreme Spirit touched the body, and therefore his body luster did not fade. The individual soul is different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead when he quits his body is certainly very fortunate. Therefore, personalities like Brahma and others demigods eulogized the death of the demon. This, okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much. Any questions, comments? Thanks.